You're such an asshole.
So I got a simple one. This is video 3 of 10 of Cappy's original. Someone paid me $350 to do 10. And this is also another observation I had. You all got to go hiking. If you all go hiking many miles and you just sit, your brain will automatically do strategic planning and thinking like, hey, you ever wonder how things that make you go, And I had an Arsenio Hall moment, things that made me go, Because while we talk about marriage and the sex war between men and women, all that, I even wrote the book of numbers or looked at the numbers of the statistics, and I came to the number best I could based on the statistics we had that only, 1 in about 8, 1 in about 7.5, 14% of marriages are happy. I'm like, okay, see, happily married, the chances are very low. Numeric numbers and statistics, actuary audit. Look at this clever book I wrote. But then it dawned on me not that long ago. I'm like, wait a minute. One of the most destructive institutions in the United States is marriage. And what I mean by destructive is like it ruins lives. It destroys kids. It results in broken homes. Women, we always say, well, women make off with the money and prizes, but they're not happy about it either. And when you look at that, it's only like 1 in an 8 shot of actually being happy. We're talking financial, romantic, and mentally healthy lives ruined by marriage. And if we ever had some kind of social plague or what's the word I'm looking for? Scourge. If we had a scourge that would destroy 7 and 8, 10 lives and innocent children's lives along the way, we would have PSA announcements. We'd be like, hey, kids, don't drive drunk. And I realized I'm not joking. This isn't shtick. This is just like, wait a minute, hold it. Wipe even more wool off your eyes. Why are we promoting this? Marriage is toxic. It's like the modern day cigarettes. It's worse. It is a horrible polite upon society. It doesn't work. It's even worse than I would say going to college for a worthless degree. Because, all right, you go to college, maybe you get $100,000 in debt. That's kind of on the high end. But you get a college degree, I guess. Doesn't cripple you. Doesn't make you want to put a bullet in your head. I got a sociology degree. Oh, all right. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but man, divorce and broken homes. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, we shouldn't even be talking about marriage. Marriage is what happens 1 out of 7 to 8 times. That's till the death do you part. What we have is divorce and family destruction and mental torture and financial penury. That's what we have. And if we were to treat marriage as what it is in terms of its destructive force and how it is a genuine blight upon society, we would be so anti-marriage. It would be akin to like the anti-smoking and the cigarettes ban. And we drag, well, I guess there's no big marriage. How do you bring Hallmark in and like interview them and interrogate them by Congress like we did the tobacco companies? But I just stopped like, why? Not only why do we promote? I know why we promote it. It's holdover. We traditionally do it. It's the number one thing. It's so let's just keep promoting this institution that just recently, and by recent, in the past 40 years, has a horrific track record of death and destruction. Godzilla himself doesn't lay a swath of destruction as much as divorce does. I guarantee I can prove it economically. And I know we traditionally do like a culture and religion and whatever else, and it's hurting and a wedding. But when do we have sane, mathematical, empirical eyes look at it and say, this is the dumbest thing? Literally, I'm trying to think of something even dumber. Aside from socialism, aside from purposely starving ourselves, marriage has got to be the second dumbest thing going on in Western civilization right now. It's stupid. It is dumb. And I'm almost ashamed of myself not making that extra arc second angling of the eyes to realize just what a horrible a plague this has been on society. Because even I, like my best friend in Milwaukee, got married a third or fourth time. I don't know. I literally lost keeping track. And so I went there, and I have a new policy. I don't get people wedding gifts. I don't. I'll get you anniversary gifts because that's an accomplishment. But I'm not getting you a wedding gift. No wedding gifts. No one should get anybody a wedding. Oh, we are registered. Well, good for you. Let me know when you hit 10 years. So they texted me or emailed me or something. They said, hey, did you leave a gift? I'm like, no. When you guys are married 10 years, I'll get you a gift. Sick and tired of this divorce crap all the time. Sick and tired of buying gifts and it's like you go back 100 years, it might have meant something. But all the pomp and the circumstance and the dressing up and the picture perfect and the wedding gown and the things and the effects of the, what do they call them? The favors. And then the speeches. Let me tell you, this guy right here. Oh, the guy who's about to get divorced in 7 years? What? When do we stop this? Not only do we stop it, when do we? You're celebrating cancer. You really are. You're celebrating. I've never seen such a diametrically opposed, so far apart reality of a institution and the celebration we attach to it up front. When half of you are going to end in divorce and only 1 in 4 of you are going to be happily married, the rest of you are going to be miserable. What is wrong with you people? So I want to plant a flag. Planting a flag. Cappy has planted a flag. I say no to celebrating the cancer that is marriage. No to propagandizing and brainwashing our children into think they should get married. No to any more divorce, broken family homes, broken finances. And I also say no, nay to her having her day. And tell me I'd be wrong. Tell me society wouldn't be way better off. Prove me wrong. If we did away with this veritable societal cancer called marriage, because let's admit, nobody's mature enough now for it. Nobody. No one. I thought naively, I thought stupidly, when I was a younger man, teenager, like, man, my generation is not going to go through, because you guys weren't there. Let me explain to you younger kids. In the before times when Ronald Reagan Maximus was in charge, the boomers said, hey, you know how they got the luge and fencing and soccer and diving at the Olympics? And everyone's like, yeah, we say we want divorce to be a new Olympics. And so they went in there, they dominated the field, gold medals for everyone. Like the boomers are getting divorced left and right. And me and all my, Gen X latchkey kid counterparts, like, we are never doing this. If we're getting married, it's going to be serious. And I'm thinking like, okay, cool. And then I look at my generation, it's like, it's the same rate. You're all getting 1 and 2. And there was a chain. I know, no default, divorce, the economy. I've written about it. I know the underlinings. But let's just face it, nobody here is mature enough to get married anymore. 7 and 8 of you screw it up. Why are you doing this? Especially you men. I know the pussy tastes so good. It's the only one I'll get. I know the sex job. Could we just stop and in honor of our good buddy Fred, look at things with mathematical eyes? Say, what the heck? Why? Why are you doing this? And the flag I'm planting is we're not going to get the government to stop promoting marriage. We're just not. We're not going to get religious people to stop promoting marriage. We're not going to get regular people to stop. But for the younger people, like on the interwebs, can we get the internet community to kind of, what's the word? Point out the emperor has no clothes and just stop people from getting married because it is that bad. I'm not saying don't commit. I'm not even saying don't have families, but can we just stop it with the marriage stuff? I think the Romans had like contracts, like their 7 or 8 year contracts. Like, well, okay, I'll be the father, you be the mother. But at the end of that, after you bear me 2 sons or whatever the rules or the underlying clauses were, I'm not kidding. That's pretty much what we need. I mean, heck, 70% of you can't not be fat. 65% of you go off to college. 80% of the time you're majoring in dumb crap. The majority of Americans are too stupid and immature to handle something as serious as marriage, and certainly not families. I mean, because let's just admit, like, you guys can't get married. None of you want to raise your kids anyway. You send them off to school, you send them off to daycare or whatever. So let's just unburden ourselves with this whole marriage thing. Just knock it off. Just don't do it. And it's not like cigarettes. Yeah, you could get addicted to cigarette. I would almost say it's as bad and destructive as heroin. Like cigarettes, like, yeah, you knock off 5 to 10 years of your life. You get lung cancer if you smoke too much, mouth cancer, or whatever else. But I think it's more. I'm not kidding. I think it's more destructive than that. You certainly waste so much of your time. You waste more than 10 years of labor paying off the lawyers and your ex or whatever else. The mental strife can't be good. I'm trying to. It's got to be more destructive than cigarettes. I'd say it's more akin to heroin. You ruin life. It's not a victimless crime. I don't know if it's crime, victimless phenomena. You usually have kids because you guys are dumb. Oh, kids are resilient. Well, whatever you people tell yourselves to feel good about your failure to keep it together, and you raise broken children in a broken home. All right, and for once, can someone think of the children? And so I would just like to pose this very simple concept that we as a society, we should not be promoting marriage. And it shouldn't even be like shaming marriage. It's not like, we understand you fall in love, you're stupid, you're young, you think, oh, it won't happen to me. What do you mean, Kevin, in sales? But can we at least raise awareness in the literal sense? Like, hey, here are the numbers, buddy. And by the way, if you're wondering what the numbers are, I posted 2 books down below. One called The Book of Numbers, Analyzing ROI of the Pursuit of Women, which ostensibly, of course, is written for men. But ladies, if you want to look at the numbers in there, it's whatever number I write about the women. It's the switch over, opposite side of the coin for you gals. Marriage is a horrible proposition. And then the menu, life without the opposite sex. And I'm not doing it to promote my thing. I'm doing it because this was the idea. I'm like, wow, we could do a lot of economic good if we all just admit that as a society right now, we're nowhere near responsible to handle marriage. And if we just save ourselves, at least $500 billion a year, and all the consequential fallout in terms of shrink bills we got to send our kids to, and whatever drugs you're going to put them on. Because mommy's got a new boyfriend this week. Can we just say, hey, we're not good at this? Like Cool Runnings. Was that the Jamaicans? They gave it their shot. We were all cheering them on. just not in your genetics, man. Ain't got no snow down in Jamaica, but they tried. Say, okay, all right, we're not going to do this. What's the U.S. bad at? I guess we're bad at soccer. Look, we're just not going to do soccer. Okay, we're just not going to try. We're not that good at it. Can we all admit we really suck at marriage, and that this is not a victimless institution, and we should knock it off? I know you religious people, but we need to get married to have sex. Yeah. I've seen how good the Christians and the Catholics stick together. I mean, I see how it works. Yeah, you're all doing great. Yeah, just great. I know I took these vows, but Kevin in sales has a huge penis. My goodness. And just think about, and that's the other thing I get, is all the fanfare and celebration that goes into the vows, the speeches, everyone dressing up in suits and tuxedos, and the girls with the ridiculous dresses, and all the routines and the traditions, and then ding, 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 ding. Oh gosh, if I had a machine gun anytime someone like hit the little wine glass with the kissing, shishing, duck, 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 duck. Anyone else want to ring the glass? I did say, now I'll tell you some good news. So I did go to a wedding in Phoenix recently, and this one's going to last because they waited until they were 40, and they're like, and they're just made for each other. So I give it my cappy blessing. man, they did the wedding right. You know who they put first? The guests. They're like, hey, come here for the dinner. How you doing? Sit down and have a good time. It's on us. And then the wedding's going to be over here with the dinner and the thing. Hey, sit down. We're going to do the wedding. We sit down and like, dum, dum, ba, 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 you, things, stuff, good, that, bum, boom, dance, fun, food, happiness. And there was no ding, 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 ding. I just want to say, Jessica, I knew you guys would do. 7 years later, oh my God, I can't believe he did that to you. So that's all I ask. Can we start it here on the internet to help out the younger generation? Like, look, hang on. Okay. Look, you can fall in love. You could be in a relationship, but for God's sake, it's cancer, man. It's worse than cigarettes. It's on par with heroin. Just say no to marriage. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. All right, let's go to the super chats. And I love how people are going to come in like, if you didn't. No. I'm believing my eyes. I'm looking at the numbers. No, it's not good. No, don't try and defend it. Kate Ann, one of our few female agents in the field, $2. Living apart together rocks. No need for it. Absolutely. I think I did find it wasn't me. It was two other guys. They were married. They both divorced their wives, and the women wanted to come back. And like, you can live over there, and I will live here, and you will be my girlfriend. Okay. It is. That's what it is. I think that'd be the optimal. Scrolling. Factions T. Lou, $5. Handbook to Human Ownership is a must read. You can watch it on YouTube, and I think it's a 90-minute audiobook. Handbook to Human. Well, you know what? I think I will. Where's my notes? Darn it. Human ownership. It's not even ownership. It's just, you don't even have to understand why. We're beyond the academic point of, well, why? Why is it? It doesn't matter. It is. You got people dropping like flies. Like, let's say it was the U.S. 8th Air Force or Air Corps going over and bombing Germany, and they lost 7 out of 8 planes. You think they'd stop? Say, whoa, we just lost 87% of our bombers and our pilots and our crew. We're grounding all flights until we figure it out. Oh, but I love her. It's me. Do you love me? Shut up. Get your own damn house. Live over there. Keep your tampons and your toothbrush over there. I'll see you on Friday. And what's funny is like the old time boomer men, they're starting to come like, yeah, you were right. Yeah, no kidding. I was right. You think? Been right since the Reagan's first administration. I knew what was going on. Robert Flores, $5 cap. If offered, would you have taken one of those big pay contracts? But you'd have to live in a bleep hole of a country for 4 years for $90K. Yeah, it would depend on how old I was. Like now, probably not, because all my frugality has paid off. But like in my 20s, hell yeah. My teens, I would have done it. Yeah, absolutely. I would have done it all the way up to about 35 years old. Maybe even 40, because then all of a sudden 40 things kind of started slowly coalescing. Things started paying off. Yeah, I would have done it. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't have any opportunity costs. I mean, I didn't have no kids. Not really a woman. Scrolling. Our Future MD1, $10, waiting for the menu and Black Dude's audiobook. Yeah, Black Man's Got Out of Poverty coming out on audiobook. It has nothing to do with the race or anything. It's the statistics. Just Black men are just not that huge percent of the population. I think you guys are like 6, maybe 7. And the money, the return on investment isn't there. It just isn't. And also, like, what percentage of Black men are going to read that book? Like if you got not Samuel Jackson. Well, you got Samuel Jackson too to endorse it. Kevin Samuels. Although he's more of the dating fashion guy. He doesn't really talk about black poverty or anything like. If you got, I don't know, maybe Tommy Sotomayor, some big. If Thomas Sowell endorsed it, I'd switch it over to yes. Then I would. But you're just not going to get, or a very influential black rapper. If someone endorsed that, then I would, okay, I'll put it in an audio book. But there's such a small, demographically, a small percentage of the population. And then two, within that demographic, such a small percentage of black men are going to like, hey, this sucks. I want to get out of this. For every Lattimore, there's 50 who aren't, the choice for most normies is misery, marriage, or isolation, usually both. Girls don't want marriage. They want a wedding queen they want their date. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's sad, but I could give you love and support and affection and good times. I offer fun. That's why I offer you fun. But it's just kind of, I want to shut up. Especially now that I'm older. And the GF doesn't hound me everyone, but just you look at it like this is absurdly stupid. Are you crazy? Are you nuts? No, I'm not married. And every one of you boys, because generally speaking, at least at first, women want to get married. As they get older, they don't. It switches. Boys, no, we're not getting married. That's dumb. There's a 1 in 8 chance it's going to work. I mean, we can hang out. We can be social. You're having your own place, blah, blah. I'm sorry, lady. I know you think you want it, but inevitably, most of you you're the majority reason you filed for a divorce. So why don't you just follow your sister's advice? Like, well, there's a good 70, 80% chance I'm going to file for a divorce anyway. And I'm definitely not going to be happy. Why even participate in this? There's a 7 in 10 chance this boat's going to sink. No, I'm not getting on it. RT Future MD1, I'll narrate it for free. It's needed. We're 13. No. The black population is 13%. Black males cut it in half. 6.5. What? Black women are not going to read that book. The last people who are going to read that book is black women. They're not going to touch that thing. Yeah, 13% black population, but only half of that is male. So look, if you want to narrate it, I'll toss you a couple bucks, but you got to give me a discount because it really is not that big of a sell. I mean, adjusted for the percent of the population, it is a good seller. It was very successful accounting for those statistics, but the objective overall math, it's not that. But before you start recording, please do review what the Amazon recording standards are. You got to put some dead space at the front and the back of the file, popping P's, all that other stuff. It's not as easy as you think. All right, there you go. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.